Hello and welcome to this special broadcast on Champion the Paris. We are getting a breaking news for you. We'll get to all that. Let's quickly begin with the latest update from Paris. An Indian wrestler, Vinesh Phogat, scripts history as she defeats Cuba's Yusneylis Guzman Lopez by 5-0 in the semi-finals, and she enters the finals, ensuring yet another medal for Paris, for India at Paris Olympics. Vinesh has entered the Paris Olympics super finale in the 50 kg weight category event. Vinesh defeated Eunice Gonzalez by 5-0 score, and this is a huge achievement because last time Sakshi Malik was the only Indian female wrestler to bag a bronze medal for India at any edition of Olympics in the sport of wrestling. But now talking about Vinesh, Vinesh has secured not only a medal, but the color will also change this time. Whether it will be a gold or a silver medal, that will be decided when we will get to know the final result as she goes and plays. But so far her performance has been dynamic, has been stupendous, has been really active and attacking in the entire journey of Vinesh Phogat at this particular edition of Paris Olympics. Right from the year, the last edition when Vinesh suffered an injury in Olympics, and talking about this current edition of Paris Olympics where Vinesh came back in a very roaring manner. She defeated Lopez by 5-0 to make it to the finals of Paris Olympics, and I would be joined by DD India correspondent Narayan Singh, and along with him I would also be joined by Ravikant Singh, who's a senior sports journalist, to take this discussion forward and talk about this historic journey of Vinesh Phogat, who's the world has seen her playing at this Paris edition. To begin with Yui Sasaki, whom she beat in the opening round. Yui was seeded at #1 position. Vinesh was unseeded then, but then when we talk about her performance, she just thrilled the entire stadium with her performance as she defeated Yui Sasaki with a very good scoreline. Yui was earlier at that time was leading by 82-0, but then this was her very first defeat across any international event. And now if we talk about Paris Olympics, Vinesh Phogat continues her winning run. She has defeated the Cuban player, the Cuban wrestler in the semi-finals, and she's now made it to the finals. She becomes the first women wrestler to make it to the finals of any edition of Olympics. Last time in Tokyo, in Rio Olympics 2016, Sakshi Malik achieved this feat by bagging a bronze medal in Rio Olympics, and right now, fast forwarding it to the year 2024, we now know that Vinesh Phogat has secured a medal for Team India at Paris Olympics. It could be a silver, it could be a gold, and if you look at the current performance of Vinesh Phogat, which has been really balanced, which has been really attacking, we saw her playing against Yui Sasaki, we saw her playing against Oksana Levach of Ukraine, and now the Cuban player. The match has been really stupendous. When we talk about Vinesh Phogat, she scripted history entering into the finals of Paris Olympics, and now I am joined by Ravikant, senior sports journalist, who will take us through the journey of Vinesh Phogat, and we would also be joined by Narayan Singh from Paris in a very short while from now. But for all the viewers who are just joining in, Vinesh Phogat has defeated Yusneylis Guzman by 5-0 to enter the finals in women's 50 kg weight category at Paris Olympics. Also, this is the time to remember the fact that Vinesh was not only struggling with a few hiccups in her career, but she also faced an injury, a knee injury. She got a surgery done. She came back and she did her training, and the government also supported her in her endeavours of training on foreign grounds. The pre-Olympic training also took place for Vinesh Phogat, and now she has eventually made it to the finals of Paris Olympics, ensuring another medal for Team India at this edition of Paris Olympics. So far, India has secured 3 bronze medals. All have come from the sport of shooting. Wrestling now becomes the second sport which will be giving India a unique medal, creating yet another historic feat. And Vinesh Phogat is now into the finals, ensuring a medal for India at this edition of Paris Olympics. And now I have to discuss more on this. I am joined by Narayan Singh. Narayan, This is a historic feat. Vinesh Phogat, the female wrestler who plays in 50 kg weight category at Paris Olympics, has secured a place in the finals, assuring a medal for the country. The colour will be decided, but this is surely going to be a choice between a silver and a gold medal, but a gold performance from Vinesh Phogat that we can see here on the mat today. Narayan.
Definitely, we can say that it's a watershed moment in the Indian wrestling history. First time a women wrestler is there, and she is there in the finals of the wrestling event. The kind of performance she delivered today, beating the world #1, beating the Olympic champion, beating the four-time world champion Susaki. And we know that Susaki, she was the dominant in the wrestling. She was the flag bearer of the Japanese team. Last time she won gold in Tokyo, and this time around she was we can say that this upset is the biggest upset not only in the wrestling but in the whole Olympic this time, the way Vinesh performed. And taking a look her 82 match unbeaten streak, and we can say that beating such unbeaten streak, we can say that such iconic unbeaten streak, it's a monumental shift in the guard, change of guard in the wrestling. And if you talk about this wrestler, the opponent in the pre-quarter final, the Japanese, she have if you take a look previous Olympics, she never even gave a point to her opponents in any match. So beating such a wrestler, we can say that it is also a big moment for in the career of the Vinesh Phogat. And after that, first of all, the most important thing is that she usually fights in the 52 or 53 kg category, and because Antim Pangas was already there, so it was up to her whether she go for a trial or not, but trial was never conducted. So reducing her body weight around 7 to 8 kg, so she would have gone, if she would have gone for the further higher
Indeed,
category,
from 53 kgs coming down to 50 kgs and representing India at the Paris Olympics. I would like to just pause you for a moment here, because now the wishes are continuously pouring in. We have a wishing tweet, a wishing post from Minister Kiran Rijiju. Let's bring it on the screen for all our viewers. Kiran Rijiju has said, first time ever an Indian women wrestler in an Olympic final. Phogat Vinesh has made history at the Paris Olympics 2024 with her exceptional performance in women's freestyle 50 kg wrestling semi-finals. She's the first Indian female wrestler to secure a podium finish. Her dedication and skill are inspiring. Best of luck for the finals, unquote. This tweet has come from Kiran Rijiju, the minister. And going back to Narayan, we would also be joined by Ravikant Singh, who's the senior sports journalist, to decode Vinesh's journey, because this has been a very topsy-turvy ride. But Narayan, as you were talking about Yui Susaki, and we know the 82-0, 82-0 figure that Yui was leading, and after her loss on the mat today, she was seen running, crying back to the Eiffel Tower, and she was just thrilled to see what exactly happened. She was shocked, in deep shock. She said she apologized to all the viewers, her fans and her family members who would come here to see her play against India's Vinesh Phogat. But this feat has given a lot of confidence to Vinesh somewhere, isn't it, Narayan?
Definitely, beating a world #1, beating a four-time world champion, definitely it's a big moment. And a wrestler who was we can say that just defining the Japanese wrestling and beating just her unbeaten streak of 82, it's not an easy feat. And we can say that it has changed the complexion, changed the direction for the Vinesh Phogat too, and the way that win has given confidence to Vinesh Phogat. And we can say that her bouts in the quarterfinals, now in the semi-finals, a one-sided match, it has induced the confidence in Vinesh. Already, as we discussing that, she just reduced her weight category to 50, because Antim Pangal was already there in the 53 kg category, and reducing her body weight from 7 kilo we can say that it's a big challenge for any sports person. You have to reduce the intake of your diet, you have to reduce the intake of carbs, the water. It was also a challenge for him. The way he just managed all the challenges, we can say that kudos to Vinesh, just playing here at the finals of the Olympics. But the most important thing, I think, that here the Indian campaign got on the right track, and heartbreaks of yesterday. We forgot about after this win, after the win of the Neeraj Chopra, he's in the finals of the. So it's a fantastic day for India, historic day for
Indeed,
India.
Narayan, I would
And
have to
this
pause
win
you here
against the
again
world
for a
number
moment because we are
one and
getting the
Olympic.
celebration visuals from Haryana, from where Vinesh comes. Haryana is known to producing many sports athletes and giving many medals. Haryana has given many medals to the Olympics, from the Olympic podium to the World Championship event to every international podium that we can look at. We would now show you the visuals of celebrations which are now pouring in from different parts of the country. First from the state of Haryana, where people were seen, her family members were seen enjoying the bout, and they celebrated eventually, and everybody erupted with joy seeing Vinesh Phogat securing a spot in the finals. We also have with us Ravikant, who's the senior sports journalist. Sir, when we talk about Vinesh's performance, it all started with beating Yui Sasaki, a giant player like Yui Sasaki, who's holding a score of 82-0. This current fight against Cuban wrestler, or her fight against Ukrainian wrestler, was just looked like a cakewalk for Vinesh Phogat. What do you have to say about this attacking style of Vinesh Phogat that has taken the stage by storm altogether?
Well, I think she timed her attack against Sasaki to perfection. She waited through the 5.5 minutes, and in the final 30 seconds, she really made her move, and that is where she managed to score. Remember, there was a challenge as well that she should not be given 2 points, which leveled the scores and gave the advantage to Vinesh. But then the challenge was lost by the Japanese, and the extra point went the way of Vinesh Phogat, and she won 3-2. But fact is that she showed tremendous patience, waited. Now, how confident you got to be to wait for 5.5 minutes against a wrestler who has never lost an international match. 82-0, you said. 82 matches on the international stage. That's what Sasaki's record was. That she has not lost a single international match. And now you've got a Vinesh Phogat who's waiting for 5.5 minutes and then goes for an attack. One attack in the entire bout, and she scores 2 and goes through. Now that is a sign of confidence that Vinesh brought. Of course, against the Ukrainian, there was no, or in the bout, in the semi-final bout against the Cuban, Vinesh was all over. She just waited for a chance. Once she got a chance to score, there was no stopping her, and her opponent had absolutely no escape route. So the quarterfinal and the semi-final have been rather, I think it's a walk in the park for Vinesh.
Right, and also we would also be showing our viewers the celebration shots along with the achievements that Vinesh Phogat has secured in her career. But right now, when we talk about it, sir, Vinesh's form that you said that she did the trick in the last moments of the game. That was the similar style that she followed in her match against the Japanese player. That was the similar style that she followed in her match against the Cuban player as well. And she's been really good at attacking. And interestingly, in the com box was Sakshi Malik, who said that Vinesh is a very good attacking player and she always plays a balanced game. But right now, she has to decide whether she will be attacking or being at the defensive side. But then Vinesh was doing what she actually wanted to do on the mat. That quick thinking skill is something which everybody needs to learn from Vinesh, along with her speed that she manages well on the mat in those number of moments that she has in her hands at the moment, sir.
I think life has taught Vinesh a lot of lessons. Remember Rio Olympics 2016 quarterfinals, where Vinesh tore a ligament in her knee. She was in tears. She was on a stretcher, taken out of the hall. She couldn't walk for months. Now that is a kind of pressure that she has come from, and then she has now shown that she has overcome that injury, overcome that where she went through surgery and everything, ligament reconstruction, and now she is back at the top. Yes, as Narayan did mention, she has dropped her weight, because 53 was already taken by Antim Pangal, and the Wrestling Federation, of course, said whoever is qualified takes it. So now Vinesh just took a call that she will drop to 50 kilograms, and it's not an easy call to make. but she did it, and she's now in the final. Will be fighting tomorrow on Wednesday for either gold or silver.
And right now on the screens, these are the key government interventions and how the government helped Vinesh Phogat to reach this stage. Because, somewhere or the other, the government has also played a key role. For that, I would like to go back to Narayan and understand the fact that, Narayan, when we talk about government's role in this, there have been key interventions by the government also when we talk about Vinesh Phogat and her funding regarding foreign training camps or her equipments that the government has supported. And not only this, she's also a top player. She's also getting a lot of support from ACTC. How does that help in building a player's repo, in building a player's altogether physique for a game like Olympics? Narayan.
Definitely, as we know that the kind of support, the kind of infrastructure and the kind of facilities India's players are getting, we can't compare it with any country right now. Yesterday when we talked to Prakash Padukone after Lakshyan lost the match, he said that the kind of facilities the Indian athletes, Indian players everywhere, whether they are in India, whether they are in the foreign tours, whether they are training, whether they are in the games, they are extraordinary. There is no comparison. Even the facilities given to our athletes are better than that of the Europeans and the Americans. If you take a look at the facilities that our athletes are getting in the games village, they are unbelievable. A 13-member of the doctor teams led by the Dingshaw Pradiwala, the best medicine expert, the best sports medicine doctor in India, not only in India but in the world. And also there are sleep therapists for the recovery room is specially created for our athletes. So everything is there in the place, and yesterday he saw that it's the time for the athletes to just pull up their socks, and already we lost 5 medals by a whisker. Otherwise we would have already broke the previous record of the 7 medals. Otherwise 3 plus 5, it would have been 8 medals for India right now. But he also said the most important thing, I think Vinesh also took a lesson from those margins we lost by the whisker. Definitely holding your nerves, having a big match temperament is a key. And just thinking about the result towards the end of the match, Lakshyan was leading in the first, even if the semi-final against the Victor Axelsen. In the second game too, it was 7-0. But the big match temperament that was lacking, and I think Vinesh must have taken the learning curve, learning lessons from there. And towards the end, she never lost her nerves. She held her nerves and just bounced back against the player who never lost an international match in the wrestling. So if you talk about the government support, it is, we can say that at the nowhere in the world the players are getting such facilities. And now Prakash Padukone also said that now it's the time for the athlete to introspect where they are lacking. So I think this is the time for athletes to just reunite themselves and think that to bring that big match temperament and how to handle the pressure. And we know that there is no dearth of talent in our athletes. The kind of performance they are delivering, missing the medal by a whisker, shows that they are in the contention. They are as best as the world athletes. But that mentality, that should be there, the winning mentality and the big match temperament.
And also, sir, when we talk about, coming back to Mr. Ravikant, sir, when we talk about India's performance overall, this also reminds me of Manu Bhakar and her performance, her redemption, what happened in the last edition with her at Olympics and how she made a comeback. It is something similar to what happened with Vinesh Phogat in the last edition when she faced a serious injury. Then she also underwent a knee surgery and then she made a comeback. There were other career hiccups related to Vinesh Phogat at different fronts, be it with WFI or her demand of asking another more and more support from the government for organizing her base camp, organizing her international camps and other things, but still remaining focused is what is the need of the hour. And she did it really well, showing the world that her mental strength is of another level altogether. Vinesh Phogat has not only scripted history by making it to the finals for the first time, but her resilience, her mental toughness, her mental fitness is altogether a different blueprint for the entire world to learn from, isn't it?
Oh yes, absolutely. And it's a lesson for all young athletes on to how not to give up against all odds. You got to be there and fight. If you want to win, if you want to be a champion, you have to stand up and fight. And that's exactly what Vinesh Phogat has done. She has been there. She has taken the wrestling world by the horns, and now she is there in the Olympic final. Unfair to compare her journey with Manu Bakar, because Manu Bakar is only 22 and has been one of the young stars that has really shown on the Olympic stage. But Vinesh Phogat comes from a background which has a lot of wrestling pedigree, and that is clearly visible in her tactical play. She has used her tactics so beautifully, not going for early attack, waiting, showing patience, and then scoring points when the opponent has absolutely no time left to come back. And that's exactly where she has really made a mark, and one can only hope that she goes for gold tomorrow.
Indeed, she can go for gold tomorrow, and the kind of performance that we are witnessing, Narayan, here at Paris Olympics, and especially on the wrestling mats, we were not expecting such sort of a performance from the wrestlers, but Vinesh Phogat was a different deal altogether. She's been strong, she's been tough, and she's showcased that well on the wrestling mat also. Defeating the Cuban player was not a task for her, because we saw her performance at the big game, which was against the Japanese player. What do you have to say, Narayan, about her gold medal match tomorrow? Are we expecting another gold loading for Team India at this edition of Paris Olympics, Narayan?
Definitely. Now, by beating the world #1 Olympic champion and the 4-time world champion, now she is full of confidence, and the kind of performance she showed in her quarterfinals and the semi-finals. I think that now she knew that actually the confidence, I think, before the Olympics she was lacking because of the different reasons, and she was out of the form at some point of time. She got injured, but now with the kind of performance she delivered, I think that she is on the track, and she knew that she can win a gold medal, and we are expecting that the kind of performance she delivered today, tomorrow also she will do that thing only. Thus I think the country is not satisfied with the silver only with her. The country want, the more than 1 billion people want a gold from Vinesh. India has never won a gold medal in wrestling. We know that we won silver, we won bronze, but now it's the time for the gold medal, and if India wins gold via our Vinesh wrestler, definitely it's going to be a big achievement for the Indian wrestling, not only in terms of medal, not only in terms of wrestlers' performance, but just we can say inspiring the gen next of the players. If any country in the world, whether it is any sports or any country in the world, only we can say that performs well if they get the sporting heroes. What happened in cricket? Kapil Dev was there. MS Dhoni then came. Sachin Tendulkar in cricket. So we need heroes constantly. Abhinav Bindra, after Abhinav Bindra, we saw we regularly dominated the shooting discipline. When Sushil was there, Sushil won. Then after that, we saw many more wrestlers was there to win the medal. Yogeshwar was there, Bajrang was there, and Ravi Daya was there. And we can say that we need heroes, and it's the golden opportunity for this wrestler Vinesh Phogat that to emerge as a national hero and to inspire the generations to come, the current crop of wrestlers, and it will be a monumental achievement in the history of the Indian sport, winning a first women wrestler to win a gold medal. So we are all hoping that she will continue this performance, and she is full of confidence now after beating the Japanese legendary wrestler, and she will definitely say that she will be not satisfied with silver tomorrow.
Indeed, that's a very good statement when we talk about Vinesh, that she herself would not be satisfied with the silver tomorrow. Let's once again show our viewers the visuals which are coming in from Haryana, where her family members were cheering her during the semi-final bout, and the visuals have come out from Jhajjar, Haryana, because she belongs from Haryana state, and Jhajjar is a small village there. Vinesh Phogat comes from there. Vinesh Phogat happens to be the sister of Geeta Phogat, who's also created history, bagging the first medal for India at the Commonwealth Games. Let's quickly show our viewers the visuals which are coming in from Haryana. And not only this, her father has said that she's going to win gold at Paris Olympics tomorrow. And also, sir, when we talk about, while we show the visuals to our viewers, when Okay, let's go and take a look. Let's go across to those visuals and take a look at those celebration visuals which are coming in from Haryana. Right on your screens, this is Mahavir Phogat who's sitting, and he is the man behind Geeta Phogat, the man behind Vinesh Phogat, who's sculpted their performances and put out the best when we talk about their performances in different editions, be it Geeta Phogat winning the medal and scripting history at Commonwealth Games 2010, or be it Vinesh Phogat who's been consistently scripting history, but Geeta Phogat who's also scripted history, bagged medals at n number of international events. Then comes Sangeeta Phogat, who's also the sister of Geeta Phogat, comes from the Grand Phogat family. Our viewers would also remember that their entire journey was showcased in a Bollywood movie which is called Dangal, which was directed by Amir Khan, and now their journey is known by everyone. And interestingly, she beat the Japanese player, and the Phogat sisters are very famous in Japan, because when Dangal was released, that was the most watched movie, the most watched Bollywood movie in Japan. And now what happened today is she sent the Japanese player back home. As she lost, she was continuing her winning streak by 82-0, but today she lost against Indian star Phogat's sister player Vinesh Phogat. Let's now hear what Mahavir Phogat has to say about this grand victory. Let's take a listen.
विनेश की जो जापान की गए तो उसी टाइम जो मेडल का फैसला तो उसी टाइम हो गया था, पूरी आस उम्मीद है जो गोल्ड मेडल लेके आएगी।
किस तरह का गेम रहा? तीनों गेम देखने
बढ़िया रहा है, जो बढ़िया फाइट लड़ी है और बगैर डर के लड़ी है और आगे बढ़िया फाइट दिखाई।
किस तरह यानी खुशी है गांव में?
सारे गांव में तो होनी थी, परिवार को होनी थी, लेकिन सारे देश में खुशी है। सभी जो है इसके गोल्ड मेडल की जो विनेश की बात देख रहे हैं, और ये जो सारे देश जो 2 ओलंपिक पिछले गए उनकी जो है सारी कमी दूर करके गोल्ड मेडल लेके आएगी।
विनेश के लिए आशीर्वाद भेजिए।
बस आशीर्वाद सारी दुनिया का है, हिंदुस्तान का है। मैं तो माँ बाप हूँ।
So this is Vinesh Phogat's uncle who said, and I would translate his statement for all our viewers, for all our international viewers. He said that Vinesh Phogat did a great job, and they are sure that Vinesh Phogat will win a gold medal tomorrow at a final event, and the entire village is celebrating. It is not just a matter of proud for the entire village, but for the entire country, because Vinesh Phogat has scripted history, entering into the maiden final for any women wrestler when we talk about at any Olympics edition. Going back to you, Narayan, you were talking about Vinesh's confidence, her performance, and tomorrow, as we just heard, Vinesh's uncle also, and Geeta Phogat's father, who said that Vinesh is going to put up a gold medal fight tomorrow, and it's going to be a golden fight when we will witness her, you know, taking that final bout in her hands, scripting yet another history. When we talk about India's chances, we've been, interestingly, Narayan, in the past 6 editions of Olympics altogether, the first medal has been secured by a woman. If you would remember, the last edition also in Tokyo Olympics, it was Mirabai Chanu. If we talk about the 2000 edition, when weightlifting record was created, bronze medal was bagged by Karna Malleswari. Talking about the recent editions also, and now another history. Women have been doing really good in all editions of Olympics, and there are certain reasons behind it, that the policies are becoming more gender neutral. What more, Narayan?
No, definitely, as you mentioned, that the policies are becoming more gender neutral, and if you take a look at the participation not only in Olympics, in from the grassroots level sports like Khelo India to the national games, and to after that the Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, and here at the Olympic, the participation too has been, we can say that, getting equal as the things are progressing. And this is the big thing, is we can say that achieving we can say that neutrality in the gender-based factors. And if we talk about the medals, and in every Olympics, whether it is Rio, whether it is London, whether it is previous Olympic Tokyo, our women athletes, female athletes have dominated the arena of the sports, and we are hoping that this will continue. And in this Olympics, the way things started, Manu Bakar won the first medal for the India and became first female shooter to win a medal for India. Again, she won a medal in the 10-meter mixed team event with Sarabjot. And again, we here witnessing that our wrestler Vinesh Phogat again creating history, and it's the third medal by a female here at the Olympics in this edition. So all in all, fantastic things are happening. Our female wrestler and the women power is on track, and we are hoping that as the days will progress, they will win more medals. And if you take a look at the table tennis, the way Manika and Srija created history, so they are dominating here at the, not only at the Olympics, in other sports also, in other events also. So we can say that it's a good thing for any country.
And also, sir, a last question from you. Thank you so much, Narayan, for joining us and bringing us the latest from Paris. My last question goes to Mr. Ravikant Singh, sir. What exactly would be your feedback for and your advice for Vinesh Phogat when she enters the final? What are the key points that she really needs to be careful when she faces her opponent in the super finale of the Paris Olympics, where she will be vouching for gold and nothing less than that?
Well, I think she's what she's done so far, just got to continue with that, and she's got to be very, very sure about her tactics. The moment she gets an opening, attack, score points, and then hold on to the lead. That's exactly what she did in the bout against the Ukrainian. Of course, against Yui, she left it too late, but then that was part of her tactical planning, and that's why she has a plan to which she sticks. And if she has a definite plan, she should stick to that. That has been successful so far, and I'm sure even tomorrow it will be successful in getting a gold for India.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, and thank you so much, Narayan, for joining us and bringing us a rounded perspective on this historic moment, because this is a big, big moment for India, where India is not only adding another medal to its medal kitty at this Paris edition, but also witnessing the rise of women in sports and doing superbly good at different international events. Thank you. And before we let you go, we are bringing you another tweet which has come from gold medalist Abhinav Bindra, who said his few words and his wishes for Vinesh Phogat. He said, a torn ligament, a lower weight category, an unbeaten world champion. Nothing stands in her way. Can't wait to cheer for Phogat winner Vinesh as she goes for gold. Your resilience and strength inspires us all. What an inspiring day. Here's hoping for one more Paris 2024, unquote. These are the wishes which are continuously pouring in for Vinesh Phogat as she vouches for golden glory tomorrow. She will be playing her final match, vouching for a gold medal at Paris Olympics 2024. She has already scripted history, and tomorrow will be a new chapter in the history of wrestling, especially when we talk about women wrestlers of India and the rise of sport of women across the world. And with this, it's a wrap here on this special broadcast of Champion the Paris. We will be back with the final results of hockey. Stay tuned for DD India. Thank you so much. And on your screens is the QR code for the DD India mobile app. If you're losing on any important update or news, you can just quickly go to the DD India mobile app and take all the news, views and updates from the DD India mobile app, which is available on iOS platforms as well as Android. Thank you so much for joining on this special broadcast. We'll be right back. Namaskar.